back in Christmas of, I think, 1986, most likely 1987, my brother and I received a Sega Master System from my parents. And we both wanted Nintendo. We wanted a Nintendo Entertainment System. But we got a Sega Master System.
Sega challenges you with the ultimate video game, the Sega Master System.
Hang on!
With more accurate control, more detailed graphics, more levels of play.
Awesome!
The Sega Master System comes with power-based 2 control pads, light phaser, and 2 great video games, Hang On and Safari Hunt.
Gotcha!
And with other games like Rambo, Outrun, and Choplifter, the excitement never stops. The Sega Master System. The challenge will always be there.
Realize after playing it for a few minutes, well, graphically it was superior. Graphics were a little more sharper, colors looked better. Over the long run, I realized the sound was still a lot better. The music sound was still a lot better on the Nintendo. However, the games were really good, but still I still found that the really great game was still on Nintendo. Regardless, I became a fanboy instantly. I was on the school bus defending my parents' decision for getting the Master System. You know, that same Christmas we got, you know, a couple of extra games, you know, with the console. You know, it came with a cartridge for Hang On and Safari Hunt. But my parents also bought us World Grand Prix, which is a racing game, and Pro Wrestling. And Pro Wrestling, although it looked like small people, primitive graphics, was entertaining as heck and really funny. Nintendo came in cardboard boxes, but what Sega did was use plastic cases. This one is not that much different than what you will find today with DVDs. You know, it looks like a DVD case. This one's like a thicker version. They also use more than one type of media. You know, we had your standard cartridge that anyone would recognize. You know, you slap it into the console. But we also use cards. Basically, something the size of a credit card, just twice as thick. Still, kind of remarkable that they had games on this. The games were fully featured like the cartridges, but there were still games nonetheless, and I'm still amazed that such a thing existed back in 1986. Now we'll go into a little bit of the history of the Sega Master System. The Sega wanted to release a console in the United States. It would be their first in the U.S. They had their own console before this in Japan. But the Sega Master System was the first in the U.S. And it wasn't always called the Master System. Sometimes it was just called the Sega System. It was also known as the Mark III, which again was the Sega version, or the Sega Master System released in Japan. And I believe that was in 1985.
Sega challenges you with the ultimate video games. Games that'll blow you away, like Alex Kidd in Miracle World. And coming soon, Monopoly. Knockout games like Rocky. Gangster Town. And shift into more excitement with the arcade hit Outrun. Only on the Sega System. Sega, the challenge will always be.
The specs on the Sega Master System were actually pretty impressive. They were slightly better than Nintendo's console. It used a Z80 processor. It had 8 kilobytes of RAM, 256 by 192 pixels. So it had a decent resolution for the time. 32 colors on screen at any one time, and it had a 64 color palette, which I believe is 10 or 12 more than the NES. But I'm not positive, so don't hold me to that. As far as hardware accessories go, the Sega had your standard controllers. They also had a light phaser, which sadly looked pretty realistic as far as guns go. And there was a famous case in, I believe, Brazil, where someone actually held a person hostage with a light phaser, and the police thought it was a real gun. Yeah, alright. The Sega Scope 3D glasses. I never got to use this, nor seen it in person, or I never got to hold one, nothing. But I always read about it, always seen pictures, and I was always fascinated. I wanted this so bad. The good thing is, everything I read about it, from reviewers and people who use it, they all say the same thing. It was pretty amazing. It worked very well. Not like a typical movie theater glasses from back in the day with the red and blue lens. This was electronic. You put it on. It's kind of like the visor that you find a lot of older people using when they're driving or out in the sun. But again, Sega Scope 3 glasses were impressive. We've had more than one Sega Master System over the years. For whatever reason, we have replaced the original. I have a feeling it just stopped working. I don't remember the story. But there were some differences between the first Sega Master System and the second one we had. Aesthetically, consoles look identical, no different. But the first Sega Master System, the controllers, although they looked exactly like this, there was a difference. There was a round piece right there in the center of the joystick that it looked like a rubber cap, and in fact it was. You peel it off and there would be a hole. That came with these little knobs that screw in, and so you had this knob sticking out. Those knobs, when you screw them in, made controlling the game a lot easier. This control pad is good, but it's a lot better when those knobs were in. Going back to the cartridge holders, the cases, the Nintendo people will always talk about how their boxes, which they threw out, by the way, most of them just threw them out, so I don't know what they're talking about, like why they're making such a big thing about this. Talk about how great the artwork was on the boxes. I didn't know anyone who kept the boxes. They threw them out. And they kept the sleeves sometimes that you put the cartridge in, but not the boxes. Sega, because they used cases, forced you to keep them out. No one would throw a big plastic case away. That's crazy. You know? But the Nintendo people would say, oh, well, you got plain graphics. You got the white and gray grid, and sometimes the graphics are just nothing more than clip art. Yeah, you know what? That may be true. But myself, personally, I actually like that. I like simplicity. And I like that my cartridges are uniform. They look alike. You still clearly see on the side what the game is. It's labeled correctly. And then you go crazy with the graphics. Again, Nintendo fanboys, it's a lousy argument about who had a better box or case, because you threw yours out. Alright? I'm sure I'm going to make some enemies with that remark. But, these were the kind of arguments we had on the school bus. I love my Sega Master System. I have to say, the games on the whole work better on Nintendo. I mean, they had the developers on their side. They had, everyone wanted to make games for Nintendo. That was the system that everyone had. So it made sense that they were having better games. Again, Sega had a more powerful console, a more technically superior console, but that doesn't matter. It's always the software, it's always the games. Hardware is great, but without the games, you can only go so far. And Nintendo proved that, because Nintendo Entertainment System hung on for such a long time. Alright, I said too much.